Got it.
Welcome, welcome. I have Coach Vinny here, who is a studio owner in Brazil, and he is a graduate of our 100-hour teacher training, Mace Vinyasa. I'm so excited to reconnect. It's been a little over a year since he began the program and graduated and has now opened a studio. So Vinny, tell us a bit about your training background. What certs do you hold? What's your specialty? Yeah, tell us what you do.
Well, I'm a fitness trainer, and I'm graduated in physical training in university, and I moved to Dubai in 2018, and I had a massive time spent on yoga. So I discovered yoga when I was there, but I something was missing in that yoga that I was seeing there. It was like too exotic, and I wanted something that would make me understand better the concepts of yoga. So I'm also a tech fit trainer. So that was the link to Summer and the Mace. So I started training with Mace, and I got very curious about it and how to flow with that tool. So it was when I found Summer with the Mace Vinyasa certification that connected something that I was studying by myself and something that I was really passionate about, which is clubs and the tool training. So that was the link and the connection for the certification. What else? And then I moved back to Brazil to open my studio. It was I think it was something that was always in my mind, but I was never I never felt very confident to do that. Something was missing to me, and that entrepreneurship. Sorry for the word, Summer.
Entrepreneurship, you got it.
Yes, that you gave to me, honestly, that you gave to me, Summer, and made me have the passion and the fire to move to do so.
Heck yeah, I love it. So Vinny, also, I think you were a personal trainer in Dubai, working privately one-on-one with clients for quite a while as well.
True.
And then you started your studio. So I guess what was missing for you when you were signing up for the 100-hour, because it's a big commitment, and you're jumping into learning how to specialize in flow coaching and really put things together. If you had to identify like one thing that was missing for you when you signed up for that, what was that one thing?
I can tell a lot of things that I can mention, but something that changed my way to see the coaching, not being like selling classes instead of selling actually something a training program. That was the biggest difference to me. I start to understand better how to connect deeply with my students, for me and for them, and I really start to understand better my client.
And when you were in the program, we do require our students to create a 12-week signature program where you're actually mapping it out from week 1 all the way to week 12. What was your program that you did in the teacher training? And I'm curious if you still use it now with your clients at all.
It was an interesting time because I was working a lot in Dubai. People work a lot, so it's something that if you are moving to that place in the world, you are going there to work. So people there are very stressed and very and during the COVID time, the lockdowns, everyone got very stiff in their chairs and working from the desk, sitting for 12 hours a day. So everyone was feeling a lot of pain in their body, and understanding better how to connect with my student mates. My project being called Desk Warriors. It was a connection between yoga and Mace training, based on the 4-day wave, with a lot of flow training, and especially something that people would understand how to improve their pains and discomfort in their body.
And did you end up using it with some clients? How did that go?
Yes. but then I started to open my studio. So I'm just I was keeping with my students in Dubai, but then I moved to Brazil and I moved to put to another project. But it was working. I was working a lot with them, and working with a niche of people was very interesting because I could connect better with them. I was that client that people used to go to, and then my program started to fit in people. It was very a game changer for me.
Nice. I see. It sounds like you started to attract the people that you wanted to work with, like the desk warriors, people that were in the sedentary office jobs, like the go-getters. I imagine a lot of, folks working beyond 9 to 5 that are, I mean, in
Absolutely.
Dubai, it's all sorts of business people and all those folks that just are in front of a screen so long. They need that flow time to unwind the compensation patterns for sure.
Yeah.
Good. Well, I'm really glad to hear that that was successful, and I'm sure it will only continue as you now have your own studio. So tell us about your new studio. Like, what's it called? What's the philosophy? What's the ethos, the culture? Let's hear it.
Well, Flow Studio. My studio is called Flow. This is the logo, by the way. Flow Yoga, BH, which is the abbreviation of the name of my city, Belo Horizonte. It's a connection of Vinyasa training and the steel mace training. I use both methodology, but of course, we also have the foundation training, which is like myofascial release. So we start from the ground to something more complex, from the simple to complex. Some classes that we offer active stretch mobility, and another class that it's only Vinyasa training, and also the HIIT training with clubs and maces. The biggest difference is that we try to give a connection to people to understand a modern way to approach yoga. Sometimes I have a feeling that people never go to yoga class because of the prejudice of same as CrossFit in a different points. Like people look at CrossFit and look at yoga. Oh, this is not for me. And I really wanted to invite people to a more, I would say, modern concept of doing yoga, and talking in different terms, not only in the talking about something that happens daily basis. I think it was the biggest input that we want people to understand that yoga is for everyone, that yoga and strength training can be trained. It's for everybody everyone needs to do that. Basically, it's a modern way to see yoga and physical training.
Love it. It sounds like very similar, like a brother studio or sister studio. I'm not sure what gender your studio is, but like having the self-myofascial release classes, the foundation classes, the Vinyasa, straight Vinyasa. It sounds like you have a little more Vinyasa than we do, but also then the steel mace HIIT classes. I think it really is like a one-stop shop when you have all of those things, and it's going to take your practice a lot farther than if you were to just do straight up yoga only, like having the mixed modalities. Cool. So that is amazing. I'm so pumped. I hope that you start holding some workshops and, eventually maybe a seminar out there, because Brazil is definitely got it going on. And you should definitely be leading those because you're a rock star. What was your biggest takeaway in the 100-hour teacher training? Like, you were there, I think you were doing it completely virtual. You never stepped foot in the studio. If you had to kind of remember a time, like a big kind of pivot point or like a big aha moment, when did that happen in the teacher training? What was it?
I would say I had time to work with in my schedule that was very good for me. So I could digest all the information because it's a lot of things, and I could really go deeply in the concepts and the terms and alignments. It was very important for me to do that in my time. And really understand everything that I was learning. Another thing was the work with somatics. I really have to thank you guys for introducing me to something so interesting and important in my life nowadays. Because I'm helping a lot of people with this by just understanding better what they need. it was really interesting to really go through it. And I would say somatics is a very important aha moment of the other things I learned from the virtual teacher training.
Awesome. And somatics is simply the felt sense. And when we talk about training mindset, just for those of you guys watching this who don't know what somatics is, we're bridging the gap between being a personal trainer and a yoga instructor and a wellness coach. And by having the tool and the skill set of being able to coach somebody to understand their somatic felt sense, like where in their body do they feel blocked or restricted or, bound, this often will allow them to create small changes to heal themselves, because we all have the potential to heal themselves when we're given the right tools and the right coaching, the right path. But sometimes we need a little deeper understanding of kind of what's going on intrinsically. Awesome. Well, thanks, Vinny. All right. So my final question for Vinny, because I know he's busy. He's got a new baby. Congratulations, and a new studio.
Thank
I
you.
don't want to take up too much of your time, but if you had
Don't worry.
If you had to tell anybody that was like on the fence about signing up for the 100-hour virtual Steel Mace Vinyasa teacher training, they're on the fence, they're kind of don't know if they should do it, what would you tell them?
Well, Steel Mace Vinyasa was a game changer in my career, honestly. It made me really connect better with my students. I wanted really to understand better how to connect with my students, and that was the biggest point for me. Another thing, go for it, because you're gonna learn a lot with great coaches, and it works. Honestly, it works. The online training works a lot. You can do that in your time, which is amazing. And yeah, do it. Just go for it.
Nice. I remember Vinny showing up to a lot of our virtual classes in Dubai, like totally different time zone, and just rocking it in his living room. Like I could see from like week 4 to week 8 to week 12, and eventually he's just doing these like super advanced complex flows. And you really can train in your own living room or your own gym or wherever you're at, and you can become a flow practitioner. But you got to put in the time, you got to put in the practice. Vinny, where can folks find you? What's your Instagram handle for you personally as a coach and for your studio, and any other ways that people can stay in touch with your work?
Well, my IG page is really easy. Move with Vinny. So that's the easiest way to connect with me.
Nice. And it's Vinny, V-I-N-I.
V-I-N-I, yes.
Cool. And then what's your yoga studio Instagram as well? Because I know we want to connect with that.
FlowYoga BH.
Perfect. And do you have any other websites or YouTube, or are you just keeping it simple with those Instagrams?
Yeah, because there you can find everything. There is a link tree there. So perfect. There you can connect and see certifications and everything going on in our websites.
Awesome. Well, next time I'm out in Brazil, I definitely will be popping in for some classes. I'm super excited to see your progress. Well, thanks so much, Vinny, for taking the time. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and we'll see you guys soon. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you, Summer. Thank you. Very good to see you again.
Mm-hmm.